Good morning, Ryan.
Ryan is a sports fanatic. He played sports when he was young, and that's one of the difficult things about this disease. Things are stripped away from them, the things that they were able to do and were really good at, slowly they lose the ability to participate in these things.
Okay, here we go.
Our morning probably takes a little bit more time than most people. It's a team effort. We have to work together to get Ryan prepared for school. Get him washed up, get him dressed, get him breakfast, get him fed. It's very helpful when Scott is around because he can do the transfers, but there's a lot of time when he's not here, and so I'm required to transfer Ryan multiple times a day. I wear 3 back protectors to do that because in my profession as a nurse, if my back goes out, that means no work. So it's definitely becoming more challenging as time goes on.
All right, shirt, buddy.
The way that we're transferring Ryan now is completely unsafe for both my husband and I and for Ryan. A fall would be terrible. I just pray repeatedly every time I lift him that it's not going to be the time we have a serious accident. So a lift would really help us because not only would it give Ryan some independence while we're here, but it would also allow us to bring in some help from the outside. And right now we're at a disadvantage because Scott and I are the only 2 that can really help Ryan.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Take it away, buddy.
We don't expect anyone to be able to lift him the way that we do. He really has an incredible attitude, really, given all of the obstacles and challenges that he has. I'm very proud of the fact that he's a trooper. He's really a warrior, and he wakes up every morning and fights the battle.
My son's name is Jack. He was diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy about 11 years ago. Hey, buddy. How are you? You good? Yeah, you ready to call it a week? Yeah? All right, we're bringing both your scooter and your chair, right? Jack's spirits are pretty good, generally. The past year has been really hard on him. Something he might have been able to do 2 months ago, he can't do. At this point where, putting on your pants, putting on your socks, everything is just becoming very difficult. It's almost week by week how much more difficult it becomes. So he's a pretty happy kid to most people, and although he's using his wheelchair more and more, I hear a lot of kids say that he's a funny kid and he's got a good sense of humor, so that's his coping mechanism. Have a good weekend. Okay. So to pick Jack up at school, we now have our own separate entrance, and we're out of the regular pickup line because the production of getting Jack in and out of the car was time consuming. So we have a separate spot that we drive up, and then Jack usually will come out on his scooter or his chair. All right, let's see how we're gonna fit all this stuff. Transportation's been a big problem. He's at a point where we lift him in and out of vehicles. My husband and I don't mind lifting him. He's almost 100 pounds, so it is quite a lift. It's quite awkward. It's been a really tough year here at school because we don't have a handicap van that's fully accessible and modified for his needs. That's a stretch for a lot of families. It's a big stretch. How are we looking over there, Jack? You good? Having a handicap van is so important because these chairs don't fit in a typical van. They weigh a ton. They need to be secured. The child should have the opportunity to ride in that power chair to and from school or to and from the grocery store. Jack's 12, and to have people lifting him in and out of a car you feel like almost not like a baby, but how would you feel if people needed to physically lift your entire body and put you up into an SUV? And it's a dignity issue. 1, 2, 3. Up you go. In you go. There we go. If he's in his power chair and he's independent and he's making his decisions about when he wants to come and go, that's a wonderful thing for him. All right.
Well, what do you say? You ready to watch some TV? My son's name is Max. He was diagnosed at age 3 with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. I think we take it for granted how much we do move, and we can move as people that can move. you know? So when you have a child that can't move, it's an eye-opener, because it's somebody that can't lift his hand to scratch his face. We have to do everything for him, everything.
I can only imagine the pain he goes through. I mean, he goes through a lot of stuff and he doesn't really say a lot. He's got a lot of, he just goes through a lot of things that most people would probably complain about. He doesn't complain.
So our nights are always interrupted, usually about every hour. He either needs to be repositioned because he's stiff, or he needs to be massaged, he needs to go to the bathroom. Whatever he needs is up to us to get. How are you doing?
Good.
Yeah. You need to go the other way. What do you need now?
No, I'm okay.
If you're moving all the time, I know you develop sore spots and you get stiff. So I can only imagine, you know, I get stiff waking up in the morning. I can only imagine what it's like when you can't move and you're being rolled and you're stuck in one position all night.
All right, you want some water?
I'm good.
All right, who gets the clicker? I can take it. He needs a therapeutic bed. It actually has motion controls that he can control with his voice. So because he physically can't move his body at all while he's in bed. So as a preventative to, you know, prevent bed sores and comfort, he needs to be repositioned quite often. What adjustments do you need, Max?
This bed would help out immensely just in flexibility and help his joints moving around. I just think the quality of life would be so much better with it.
Max wants to be independent, yeah. He's 21 years old. There's a lot of things that he wants to do on his own that he can't. And if we can help him in any way, we want to.
Duchenne is like this terrible secret that nobody knows about. And it's hidden, and it doesn't rear its ugly head until the child starts falling and then stops walking. You know, it's hard. It's hard to give hope to a disease that's 100% fatal. And so trying to be there as a person who's gone through it and support them and understand what those unmet needs are. And that's what Jett Foundation does. We try to fulfill the unmet need. Oftentimes, insurance will only cover the very basic needs of somebody who has a disability. Oftentimes, that means that the equipment isn't comfortable. It may not be reasonable for them to use. It has limitations. We want to give kids and families that independence. We want kids to be as close to their peers and as close to normal as possible. And so we will supply or help them supply the equipment that they need to make that happen. The solution to the problem is a matching gift fund. We're trying to relieve the burden of having the families come up with all of the money. We're asking them just to come up with 50%. And we believe that corporations and individuals will step in and help us provide that other 50% of funding.
It's really an incredible offer, a credible opportunity. I think it's a great time for family and friends to jump in and help you do that fundraising. And the matching gift makes it seem like it's attainable. Previously, I've almost felt like even if I'd had a fundraiser, we still might not be able to raise enough money. These vans are so expensive. So to have a matching gift program is incredible. So I feel like by being a part of the program, we're going to be able to actually get a van.
I always try to look for the silver lining in all of this, and one thing that I've definitely learned is that there are people out there with hearts of gold and with such empathy and such compassion for others. And the fact that, you know, Christine is finding that there are people out there willing to help. They most likely have a shortened lifespan as it is. They deserve to be happy. They deserve to have the equipment that they need to be safe. You know, this just goes a long way in terms of giving families peace of mind.
There's so many families in need that people don't know about. They really don't know what is involved with caring for these kids, and until we make it known, right? So by helping out families in need of something that just makes their life a little bit easier, and it's just amazing. I really am grateful for you know, the Jett Foundation starting this fund.
We can impact families' lives and give them the independence and give them the equipment that they need. And there is no one else out there who's going to do that.